Really need to get this thing fixed. Surge, do you ever 3D? Where the fuck Surge? Surge,
Yeah, I don't know.
Surge. Fuck it, we'll do it anyway. And scene. Cool, there's the mark. All right.
So yeah, I guess welcome to the nerdy phase. It's just Tom and me this week. So you lost me last week. We're gonna lose Surge this week. So
yeah, hi everyone. It's a pleasure to see everybody. Again, as Dagan said, welcome to the Nerdy Podcast. I think Surge has got some unexpected surgery on his butthole due to butt cancer. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but we're gonna roll with it. So today we're gonna just hang out, chat about some nerdy stuff, talk about our days, our weekends, and today we're gonna be talking about Fallout. Because that has been the new hotness, even though it's been the hotness before, but it's now the new hotness.
It's definitely in the zeitgeist right now.
Indubitably. Well, I guess starting off, Dagan, do anything fun and nerdy this past weekend?
I haven't done a whole lot. I've got some stuff ordered that I'll get to talk about eventually when it gets here. It's shipping from China because it's cheap. Gotta love cheap.
Yeah, that's where everything's made.
I have been playing around with a AI audio generator, so you might see the fruits of that labor in a future episode. So,
super excited to see that stuff. Mm-hmm.
You've seen some previews, so hopefully
So us behind the scenes, we've seen everything at this point in time. We're just excited for the time that we actually get to bring it out and show the public.
So hopefully it's good. Hopefully you guys like it. Yeah. Nothing crazy, don't worry, but it's very crazy what AI can do. It's scary. Yeah.
Terrifying. I'm so excited to be unemployed and working for the AI gods one of these days. Yeah. Or not even working for them, just living in my pod, with a tube up my butt, giving me all my nutrients, hooked up to the VR.
I mean, the Matrix ain't that bad a deal, I don't think, sometimes.
No, exactly. It is whatever you want. I'm trying to... Oh, damn it. I was trying to think of the actual quote that guy had when he was explaining the Matrix and talking to to Agent Smith, but it's been way too long since I've seen those movies.
It has been a hot minute for me too, so
yeah, such a great one. Did you ever watch the recent one?
Yeah, it was,
I was like, I mean, not good, not bad, just
yeah. I mean, it's like more Matrix, but it's like they waited too long to really bring that out, so.
Yeah,
like some of the cast was recast. Like, they're just like new iterations of that person because it's a simulation and they can just look different. It's okay. It's still him, but he just looks different.
So they probably just should have just like rebooted the entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
I could agree with that. I'd like to see the movie one of these days just to say I saw it, but that's really why all I'm at there. But. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so for me, nothing too crazy. I've just, I've always been familiar with PCs, but I've been, I've got my A+ certification. I've never gotten an IT job just because for some reason I've just always had bad luck with that. But, putting my skills to the test, running a bunch of stuff back in command prompt, trying to figure out what's going on with the files, running some stuff on the BIOS to see what's going on, if the RAM's good or bad. Then if the RAM's bad, first, I ran some tests on my computer. So we're having some hard drive issues. So when I had removed my H drive, which was just hybrid, I talked about it last week, just my little hybrid solid state guy. So plugged it back in. I was able to play for a couple days. Nothing was working. So then from there I started doing like the repairing the files, doing a backup, all that kind of good stuff. Still didn't do anything. So then I went ahead and ran a program to see if my RAM's bad. I've got two sticks that said that they were failing whenever I was running it. And so I pulled them out, plugged it back in, still having issues. I'm surprised I'm running this at this point in time. So tomorrow, I'm very fortunate that I'm off. And I will be just completely and totally just wiping my computer and starting fresh because I don't think it's a hardware issue. I think it's a software issue somewhere. So there's that. I've been doing more 3D printing, printing off this nifty little, what do you call that? Post-it note holder with a little pen holder and a little thing I could put some like business cards or something in the back. Eyeglasses holder for the bed. I'm going to be printing some more of those off so I can hang them above all the kids because they're on a tri-bunk bed, so it's like one bunk down at the bottom and then like an L-shaped bunk bed up top. So I'm going to put one on each, over each pillow, because 2 of the kids have glasses, so they can just hang them up when they go to bed. But yeah, and then of course this, a lot of my filament has been super dry, or I guess super moist, so I'm trying to dry them out. So I tried drying this out in the oven. I turned it up a little higher than I needed to, so the filament's fine, but this is bad. So I'm gonna have to cut all this off and just re-spool it. Yeah. So not that big of a deal. This stuff should print. I've got some ideas of what I want to do with it, but I'll figure that one out later. That's about it. It's just been Tom the IT guy for the past few days because I haven't been able to play any games. Oh, and I did start Fallout 4 for the first time ever. We'll get more details on that.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I played Fallout 3 back in the day. Never played New Vegas. One of these days I'll get on those. But yeah, no, that's where I'm at. So yeah.
Nice. We'll save the Fallout talk for a little later.
Indeed. We've got some other stuff to talk about. As always, let's head on over to Nerd News.
Nerd News.
Let's see. So starting up here, there's a TV show coming based on Sega's classic arcade game, Golden Axe. Did you ever play Golden Axe?
I did. Okay. I played a lot of the Golden Axe. It's a good arcade game back in the day.
I played a lot of Sonic. You know, I just any of the like the platform those games. I don't know if I was just too young or what it was, but I just didn't have the patience for them because I die every 2 seconds. Have to start the entire game over again. There's a few games I beat, but not a lot. Usually I was just playing the first 3 levels on any particular game over and over again. That was about it. It wasn't until like the 64 when, they had better save options and whatnot before I really started like playing through games at that point. But,
Golden Axe, that's more of an arcade game. So you're never meant to actually beat it. I don't think I ever got past like the first level or 2 until, like emulators came around and you could just pump $1 million worth of quarters into it. So
you're not beating those games unless you got the quarters.
Yeah. Never deep enough pockets to beat it in the actual arcade.
But yeah, per the Engadget article, let's see, Animate Show is getting a 10-episode first season and features a voice cast filled of comedic heavy hitters like Danny Pudi from the Community and Carl Tart from the Grand Crew, and Comedy Bang Bang, which I don't know if you ever watched Comedy Bang Bang, but I loved it. It was just mind-numbing humor. Of course, Reggie Watts, that guy's the goat. He's. I mean, I know a lot of people call Mark Ribier Loop Daddy, but for me, Reggie Watts, he was always a Loop Daddy.
Be interesting to see what direction they take it, because it's just an arcade game, so there really wasn't much of a story. It's just fantasy beat 'em up, the game.
Yeah,
so
that should be fun. I've never played the game. I've got no skin in it, so I'm excited to see it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, nothing be like a dwarf with an axe and you like ride around on a dinosaur. It was great. So,
shit, dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah, it was all kinds. Magic. They've got plenty of room to, especially if they go the comedy route. It could be really fun.
When does the next D&D show come out on Amazon? Oh my god, why can I not think of it? Matt Mercer.
Oh, the Honor Among Thieves, the movie?
No. The cartoon.
Like Vox Machina, that stuff?
Yeah, Vox Machina season 3. Yeah. Vox Machina season 3 release date. Oh, it's already out? January 24?
Oh.
That can't be true. Please hold. Amazon Prime. I know,
Doing it live,
be
folks.
watching instead of going to bed. Yeah. Yeah, who needs sleep when you've got Vox Machina?
So, forget what we said about Fallout. This is the Vox Machina episode now.
Yeah, right. Oh god, I wouldn't mind having an entire thing about that, but nope. We got We talked about doing this. We're gonna do it. I just have to find out season.
I've got the background.
3.
I put the shirt on. Yeah, we're doing Fallout. So.
Oh shit! What shirt you got on?
Fallout 4.
Okay. Oh, okay. So just the.
Yeah.
Why is this being big stupid? I see season 2. I see season 1. Season 2020. I think that lied. So we're going to assume it is a lying piece of poo-poo head. And, yeah, it's not out yet. Cool. All right, we'll figure that one out later.
Yeah. Something to look forward to.
Indeed. I sure as hell am. So I think Serge put this in the chat a little bit ago regarding the indie showcase for 1724. So Nintendo Switch has got a bunch of indie games coming out to it. Did you see anything on there that really caught your eye?
Well, considering I didn't actually watch it, I'm being a bad host. No.
Oh, yeah. Whoops. I forgot. We already talked about that, and I forgot. There's a TMNT. So, yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Splinter's Fate. Just one of those top-down, probably a 4-player, run around, beat stuff up. Nothing too extravagant. Cat Quest.
Take a little insult of calling your game an indie game with a, AAA license title, like Ninja Turtles. Are you really indie at that point?
Yeah, but who's the, I guess the question is who's the developer?
Yeah, I mean, you mean indie developer, man. I think piggybacking off of a major license like that kind of pulls you out of that niche indie kind of genre in my mind.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, if a lot of these smaller indie game studios were able to get a hold of some of these AAA titles, though, we might actually start having good games again.
That's true. I'm not complaining about the quality. I'm just saying it's technically indie, but
yeah, I get what
you mean. Cheat code.
Yeah, Konami code all the way. So yeah. I wouldn't be upset though one bit if a lot of these major developers, or at least a lot of these major IPs were like, "Hey EA, you guys have crashed. We could have made more money. We probably could have paid you less and come out with a better game that would have sold more." If we would have went with some of these smaller developers. So, F you. We're going to go with somebody else. So
EA and Star Wars, they've done some good, they've done some terrible.
I don't think we talked about that last week. Yeah, so I guess that's the thing in nerd news. So so the new Star Wars game's coming out, and they released the price points. You just see that?
Yeah.
So what, 70 for the base game, 90 for the medium tier, and then for the top tier it is $120.
Yeah, 120, 130, something like that. It was
yeah, and it's for 3 extra days plus all the DLC, and it's just stop. Honestly, I saw some stuff on YouTube and whatnot. It's is this game dead on arrival? I'm for me it is. I don't mind paying, obviously I mind paying $70 for a new game, but I could usually wait a few months. The game will go on sale. I'll buy it.
Exactly.
I'll play
it. Especially with PC stuff, it's yeah, the prices can be whatever they want. That's the day one tax you're gonna pay. I mean, look, Fallout 4. I mean, I think I bought the deluxe edition with the season pass at the time with all the DLC and stuff, and I had to pay. Yeah, I paid $130 for that. It was $4 last week. $4.
Well, yeah, you're getting actual hardware though to go with it. If I'm going to spend that much extra money for the game, you better be giving me the hardware to go with it.
Yeah, but that was also a little plastic Pip-Boy. I mean, it was a cool prop.
Yeah, which I found out the companion app doesn't work anymore.
Yep.
Which that's a big bummer. Whatever. It was a cool concept.
It was neat when you used it when it was first out.
Well, Xbox was doing that, and I think Xbox is the one who really started doing it. They had the Xbox app, and depending on what application you're in, you're able to access certain menus and stuff, depending on if the game supported it. Which I don't know why. I think that was in my opinion, the best thing from the Wii U. Being able to play a full game on there and just being able to do a quick look down and access your menu on the touch screen.
Yeah, those are the best uses I thought of. Just played the Wind Waker remake. It was just you didn't have to constantly switch back and forth from your menus. It was just you just bam, I need that. Equip.
Yeah,
it's great.
And I think they made some use on that when they put Ocarina of Time and some other stuff. So you just much more easily switch weapons. Yeah. No, that's a lost thing. I don't think enough people used it and normalized it because not enough games had it. So they probably just assumed it was, this was a wasted thing, whatever.
Which sucks because it was really good, because I did use it when it came out, because I was a day one player. And it was basically everything you did on your Pip-Boy, you could just do on that app. You just made your phone your Pip-Boy.
Yeah.
So you could switch weapons, move your inventory around, use stim packs, just like without going to a menu. Just hit the button on your secondary screen and bam.
Yeah, I could hit
really
B
nice.
and do the digital thing, or I could just especially if you actually had the Pip-Boy.
Yeah.
Put it up and just swipe real quick and boom, you're back. Oh, well. So we were talking. Oh, yeah. So Star Wars. So, yeah, no, that's ridiculous. I think on principle, unless the game's coming out for like $5, I'm not buying the game. I don't think I'm even going to watch content on the game, just because I'm that upset with how poorly I think they're treating the release.
Yeah. And it could be one of those things where it's like 2 weeks and it's already on sale, because the backlash from the community and stuff. So
yeah,
definitely not going to be a day one.
No, I'm excited to see the lack of sales.
Yeah. It's Star Wars. We love Star Wars around here, but...
Oh, yeah, we love Star Wars. We hate greedy-ass developers. Next up, we've got iOS is finally releasing Nintendo emulators.
Yeah, that's big news for iOS people.
Yeah, I mean, of course, as Android people, we've been able to do that from practically day one. But
I think day one we could do that. Not very well. We could do it.
Yeah, the day someone was able to create an app for it, we were good to go. Which obviously wasn't going to be on any G1, but all of my phones, I've had at least a.
I may have had a really bad emulator on my G1.
Well, yeah, but it was only a single touch screen, though, right? You couldn't use multi.
Yeah, but you had the keyboard.
Oh yeah, true. You did. Oh yeah, you did have the keyboard, didn't you?
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Yeah, he had a full tactile keyboard on the G1,
which technically would probably make the gameplay a little bit easier.
Yeah,
versus using the touchscreen.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going to get crap about like welcome to the modern era, but he's not here as our resident iPhone user.
Yeah.
Hey, congrats! You got a feature we've had for 20 years.
Yep. Good luck with the butt cancer surgery. So there's that. What was this? Why did I pull up GitHub? Oh yeah, that was because it looks like Delta is one of the emulators that's kind of leading the charge here. I'm not familiar with it. Of course, again, I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know. But
if it works, it works. Good for them.
Yeah. And then let's see. We also have Keanu Reeves is coming back out to the silver screen as Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice, but Keanu Reeves he's kind of been in all the nerdy stuff, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against the guy. I like his stuff. I don't think he's the greatest actor of all time by any means.
No.
I think he's kind of a flat individual acting wise, but
right. But honestly, he fits Shadow, so it'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Just dark and look at me, I'm cool kind of thing.
Which Shadow.
Okay. Yeah. Is that all we got news wise? Anything else that we missed? I mean, God knows we missed probably a billion things, but we just didn't see it.
Just Fallout stuff. Since the series debuted, Fallout 4 was like the best selling game in Europe. I think Fallout 3 had like record Steam concurrent player counts.
Mm-hmm.
So Fallout is the hotness.
Yeah.
Fallout 76 had like record sales for a while. Like everybody's hopping on that Fallout train.
I feel like I should have picked up 76 too. I don't know. Have you ever played 76?
Yeah, I was a very early player of 76 because I love Fallout. So I've been a day one Fallout guy for a while, but I want to kind of go back and get a group and do some more 76 because it was not great at launch. It was a little buggy and a lot of hacks. People were I remember early on people were getting into like the dev debug room that just had like you could spawn infinite amounts of items, so they were spawning like infinite buffs, and then they would go out into the world and just like, so it was PvP, but you both had to like initiate it, so they would just go and like pick on you until you got mad and like shot back at them, then they just one shot you.
God, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean my experience with Fallout is I played Fallout 3. I beat the game, but I beat the game like maybe a year after it got released. It released.
It was
Fallout 3 release date.
Like 2009?
2009. So I probably beat it in 2010.
Hey.
So that means I haven't touched the game in 13, 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the game. Honestly, like it was my first game that was like, in terms of like a big open world RPG type thing. Um, because I never played. I mean, I dabbled in Elder Scrolls, but usually it was like my cousin's game. So I went over to his
Right.
house and I, ran around, killed a few things, died a few times,
Yeah.
whatever. So technically, I think I beat Fallout 3 before I beat anything else. But honestly, I haven't even I like Bethesda, but I just haven't beat any of their games because I've been either A, there's more, other games I'd rather spend money on at the time, or B, I just don't have the freaking time for it.
Yeah.
I still have yet to be. Yeah. Because oh my God, what's the not Elder Scrolls Online? Morrowind, not Morrowind.
Yeah. Oblivion?
No, not Oblivion. What's the one that they've remade 20 million times?
Skyrim?
Skyrim. There we go.
Yeah.
Fuck me. So Skyrim, I have yet to beat that one just because I was playing it. I got decently far on it, but because I had all these mods and stuff going on, I think I don't know, uninstalled the game or I did something, and then next time I went to go load in, none of the mods worked. It was like, oh, you're missing this and this and that and blah blah blah. I guess I had too many mods going on. I had no clue which mods I was using, so yeah, I broke the game, couldn't beat it because I was playing as Link when I was playing through the game. At least that's when I was the farthest. I had the hook shot and everything. It was pretty dope. But yeah, no, I would like to beat that game. Like I said, I did beat Fallout 3, but I literally just beat it. And I think I was renting the game, so I probably just binged through it for good 2.5 weeks tops.
So you just mainline quested it then, probably. So you probably missed a lot of content.
A lot.
Yeah.
Because it's another thing is I wasn't sure where to go because it's like I didn't want to waste my time. I was afraid I was going to start losing or missing out quests because, that was the first time I played a game like that and actually got into it. Like I said, I've dabbled in, Morrowind. I've dabbled in, oh my God, the Oblivion. But I wasn't used to that type of game yet. So I'm hoping this, since I own the game now, I went ahead and bought an Xbox One I went ahead and spent the $10 instead of the $4. So I got all the DLC for it.
Yeah. Worth it.
Yeah. Cause the Nuka World, what are the other ones? Far Harbor. There's one other one that I can't think of.
Was it 3? There's Operation Anchorage. I think that
3 was Operation Anchorage. There's another one for 4, and I can't think of it. Far Harbor.
Oh, for 4, yeah.
Nuka World.
Far Harbor, Nuka World, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, point is I've got
Mire.
Sounds familiar.
That may be 3. It's one of them. The Mire's in one of them.
Yeah. Point is I've got plenty of content in front of me, and I'm going to be, because all of my online, most of my gaming time I get to play with friends, which is awesome. It's always more fun to play with friends versus playing alone. But on the nights that I'm not playing online, I don't want to come all the way down here to my desktop, just because family's upstairs. I don't want to be down here alone. Yeah, I don't want to abandon the family. I try to be a good husband
into the dungeon.
Oh God, I wish.
Sometimes it's good, but yes.
Just love to have a day just to wake up early in the morning, not be sober, literally have maybe have my mini fridge underneath here, and then have an air fryer right on top, so I could just do pizza rolls and shit all day.
Pizza rolls, burritos.
Yeah, not be sober the entire time and just play video games until I decide to fall asleep in this thing all the way back with the recliner all the way out.
Just covered in drippings and crumbles.
Oh yeah,
Mountain Dew,
Doritos and Funyuns all over the place. God, I mean, I never got that bad, but I just want to have one of those days.
Yeah, just want to get grody in it.
Oh yeah,
but Fallout for me, I think that was my first big open world RPG. Fallout 3, because I dabbled in like all the Skyrim, Oblivion stuff, but the fantasy and that it didn't suck me in the same way that the Fallout world did. I loved that post-apocalyptic, but it's like that retro future vision. So it still looks like the 50s, but everything's nuclear powered and
Yeah, almost like a steampunk, but not quite a steampunk.
right. It's like the next generation of steampunk. It's like that
Yeah.
concept, but brought forward.
Yeah, instead of everything being powered by steam, everything is powered by nuke.
Yeah, everything's nuclear. Like in the Fallout world, like microchips never got invented, so everything's still like vacuum tube powered and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
diodes and cathodes and
Yeah. So
you know, it's a fun world to be in.
Yeah, but you know, they've got robots and all kinds of, you know,
unlimited power. Unlimited power. So it took me, because I didn't start the show though when it first came out. It took me a few days to get started. And then I tried watching it when I was going to sleep. So I kept on watching like half an episode at a time.
yeah.
So I'd have to like, you know, wake up the next day and everything. And before I go to bed, I'd have to like scroll through and figure out what was. I was really wanting to watch it, but just by the time I had time to watch it, it was late. So got into that. But I finally finished it. I'd say, probably Tuesday last week? Yeah, probably Tuesday. Finally finished that one up. How long did it take you to binge it?
Yeah, about the same. Like, it was a show I had just all intentions of, like, the first weekend I had, I was just going to sit down and the whole thing. But, you know, life has plans. And so, just got super busy and was only able to watch, like, an episode or two a night and then wait a couple nights and another episode or two.
Mm-hmm.
I think finally it was like 3 episodes left. And I'm like, I'm going to be up way too late. But I know I'm going to watch all 3. And we did. And so, yeah. Went to bed at like 1 a.m. versus like 9 because I'm an old man.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was thinking about watching on day one, but I'm like, it's probably gonna suck. You know, they haven't done good justice to anything recently, so I'm not looking forward to it. But I was so pleasantly surprised on how well it did.
Yeah, I mean, I knew from like the set photos, like the sets look good, all like the pre-release like press looked good, but yeah, it can look good and still be bad writing, bad show. Episode 1, I'm like, this is special.
Yeah, special effects and settings and stuff, that's never the bad thing. It's the story and the characters that usually been sucking. But they did a really good job. You know, like one of the big issues that I've got with a lot of these shows is they've, you know, just got this random girl they're throwing her out there, and it's just some random Mary Sue who's able to do everything and beat everyone. It's like, you know, stop pushing the girl power, start pushing just, hey, this is an average person who is rising to greatness.
Right.
And they did that. I think they did a great job. You know, she, you know, was very extremely naive. She had her ass handed to her multiple times. And by the end of the show, she started figuring out, you know, she had character development. That's what everything is missing nowadays. Everything is missing character development.
Yeah, and they wrote the show extremely well. Like, they did things that the games couldn't do. So, you know, going on forward, spoilers, we're going to be talking about the show. So if you haven't seen it, come back and watch the show later. Listen to us later.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But, like, all the flashbacks, so the characters that were, you know, in the current Fallout world, and then the flashing back to before the bombs fell. Like, that's something the games couldn't do very well, because usually your character hasn't been alive that long. So it was really cool to, like, see the before, and then see how that unravel with the after. So, you know, characters like the Ghoul, who's been alive the whole time, it was fun to flash back to him before the bombs, and then see what his character development, like what he's doing now, what his motives are, and all that. Like, your opinion of him shifts as time goes on because you learn things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he wasn't always a terrible, evil individual, and even he got some character development going on as well.
Yeah.
I mean, all three of the main characters had character development. Again, that's the one thing that every show is missing. You know, even the end of Game of Thrones, the issue is all that character development that they had, they just threw it out the window. They shat it out and just flushed it.
Yeah.
So. And I, like I said, I played the Fallout 3, but, you know, I did just major storyline. I didn't really get to do a whole lot. So a lot of this stuff is kind of new to me, which, you know, the nice thing is I think even if you were not familiar with the franchise, Obviously, you're not going to get the same fan service. You're not going to get all giddy when you see things that you've seen before. But
Right.
I think any random Joe just sitting down and watching it, provided the show is in their liking, obviously everybody's got their own taste, but I would say if you're got a taste for post-apocalyptic, semi-comedy action storytelling, it's right up, I think, any average moviegoer's alley.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That made it great is you didn't have to love the games to love the show. And although there were tons of those little fan servicey moments, that wasn't like the whole show. Like, it wasn't a show where it's like, let's take Lower Decks. If you ever watched Lower Decks, if you've never watched the old, you're not getting 90% of that show. It's still funny, yes, but you're missing a lot. With the Fallout, the stuff that you would not know from not being a fan, not playing the games, isn't like, oh my God, they're doing that, they're talking about that. It's just like, like we'll say like the hacking scene. So where he hacks the terminal. Like, that's exactly how it works in the game. But, so we're all there doing the meme, like, it's a thing. But if you're watching it, you're just like, cool, yeah, he's hacking it. That looks right.
Yeah, and then if you don't know it, then it's like, okay, this guy's hacking a terminal. Cool. Okay. Obviously he has to hack a terminal in order to get into said terminal. Yeah. So, it's, it was fan service the whole time without shoving the fan service down the throat.
Yeah,
I would say that's.
And I could go to say just how good the games themselves are. Was that taking these elements straight from a video game didn't really feel out of place in a live action television show.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even think about it that way. No, that's a good point.
So the Fallout world was so well developed to start that nothing that happens in the games really felt out of place.
Oh, wrong pipe. Well, I'm gonna die, and Dakin's gonna be the only one out this show now.
It's all coming together.
Yes. Taking them out one at a time. Let's see. So who's your favorite character?
I think the Ghoul. Yeah. I really liked his development, especially with him being alive the whole time and figuring out his motives. And figuring out he's just, had to adapt. He's been in this world the entire time. He knows how it works, but also see, a lot of the flashbacks was his story. So, and he was, just all that unfolding I really enjoyed.
Which brings me back to what I was saying, like, I didn't really get that deep into the games. Like, I knew that there were all the vaults. I didn't realize all the vaults were supposed to be different experiments. So that, I think they did a good job about explaining that. So I think, honestly, just watching the show is probably getting more people interested in the first place. I'm one of them.
Oh, yeah. Which we've seen with the sales and the player counts, but
yeah, we have. Which we'll find those numbers here in a few minutes and talk about those. But but yeah, no, it's very interesting on that, and then to the Ghoul, like, and seeing his development, because I was wondering, like, okay, I know he's from the past, so why is he such a Krabby Patty right now? And then, okay, I see why he's a Krabby Patty.
Yeah,
his wife was kind of a bitch.
He's known more about everything that's going on than anybody else alive, probably, but...
Yeah, exactly. Him and Maldeva?
Yeah, I can't... Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's a weird name, but...
Which, that's a character they didn't really explain all that well, so I'm hoping that's some Season 2, like, development. We're going to get some more of that story.
Yeah, maybe a little more flashback and seeing how that goes.
Because Season 2's confirmed. It's been greenlit for sure.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't, like,
I'm pretty sure it was greenlit day one it launched, but...
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to tell everybody that it's, doing that. It's probably something to do with shareholders and this and that, It's not like they're recording or filming anything yet, but, there are people in the background writing out storylines and storyboards and whatnot, so... But no, I thought it was great. I don't know, for me, I think Juicy was my favorite character. I really liked the way that she explained how she was going into the role. During one of the interviews I watched, she was saying, like, I kind of took as let's say if Ned Flanders came out of the vault. That's who I played. I'm like, that's a good way to think about it, and she did a great job playing it that way. because they've got such a prim proper, maybe not necessarily the most orthodox, especially talking about having sex with cousins and whatnot, but that's one of those things you never really think about.
It's
How
not
do they
long term. It's
reproduce?
fine.
Yeah, exactly. But it was funny. Funny that they went into that, because that was one of the last things I was thinking about. Because you don't spend that much time in the vaults. It's not like you really
Right.
witness vault life, with the exception of Fallout 3, when you go through the main character's story.
Yeah.
Or with Liam Neeson as your dad. Always love that shit. So yeah, that was good. All these prim proper. Man, that was actually a great scene. Like, you're a coward, right? Well, that's we all are. That's why we live in a vault. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Oh, he's getting. Yeah.
yeah.
I have high expectations for her brother in season 2.
Oh yeah. I'm wondering. Do you think he froze himself? I don't think he did.
Depends on how big a time skip there is between season 1 and 2.
Can't.
I don't think there will be, but if they do, I could see him being like almost like the new main character.
Yeah, maybe that's something they might have, like 5 seasons from now or something. I doubt that's the case, because I've got a feeling they're going to come back to the vault here soon. I hope, but I don't hope that this is kind of like the end of Fallout to an extent, and I say that meaning. Now that people are starting to catch on about the experiments and everything, I'm hoping some people up top are going to start going and finding the vaults. Hey guys, I know you're in there all happy and everything's prim proper. They've got a bunch of shady things going on, and then maybe there'll be some kind of big uprising or something.
Yeah. Of course, now we know from the games that a lot of the ones with shady, there's nobody alive in those vaults anymore. They're all gone and dead.
Most of them, yeah. I'm quite sure there are plenty of them that do still have, people alive. Of course, there's also the good vaults, so it'll be interesting on see how anybody does any retribution on that. That getting their comeuppance.
Yeah.
But so that's like, let's take The Walking Dead. Like, one of the big issues I've got with The Walking Dead is, like, they never really had an end game. It just kind of kept going over and over and over. Like, are you ever going to rebuild society? Are you ever going to start, actually fixing the issues? So obviously I want this show to run for a while before they wrap things up, but I would like to see, as any franchise, what does it look like when they finally get to a point where they're rebuilding society, and they've gotten rid of most of the radiation and all the the super mutants and this and that.
Right. Now, so my theory on all that is that story will be told through Fallout 5, the game. So the Bethesda said that Fallout 5 will be a thing, and they've intentionally not put things in the show so they would be in the game.
Okay.
So Fallout 5 is pseudo-confirmed to be a sequel from the series. And that the series is officially Fallout canon. Which does throw some kinks in, like, New Vegas, but...
Yeah, so they've done... Yeah, I'm interested to see the whole New Vegas, because everybody's saying it's like it was a demolished or a run down one in the New Vegas, but... How do we know that it was actually ran down? Maybe it's just daytime, so you don't see all the lights, and it just looks bad. I don't know. I haven't played the game to actually know what it's supposed to look like.
Well, I think part of so New Vegas, the Fallout timeline, New Vegas takes place before the series. But I think the big thing was the New Vegas. You see, like, how grand the NCR is, the New California Republic. Yeah. Where in the series, they kind of say the NCR, they were just being this little fledgling. They were like one town, and then that's what the nuke blew the NCR up, so there's no NCR. Well, we've seen in Fallout New Vegas, the NCR was quite a large governmental facility. So they weren't just a single town in New Vegas. And so that's like the one, like, kind of timeline discrepancy in all the series is.
Yeah, watching some deep lore videos, they're talking about how they're saying the fall of the NCR was 2277 or whatever year they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
But they still have the flag inside Vault 4. And was that the only base of operation? Because obviously there was, probably multiple bases of operations. Was it just the fall of that location? Was it the fall of the entire organization?
Right, and that's where it's because in New Vegas they ran almost the entire state of California.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they were the New California Republic. They were the whole state. They were that big. Where the series kind of plays them out to be one town. One city is all they really were.
Yeah. And they blew that shit up. They were actually making some progress and blew that shit up.
That was the big revelation of who blew that shit up.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the commies or the Chinese.
Nope. Damn. Which, to be fair, I'm still kind of confused on why they... I don't understand the logic. Why would you blow up... if you want to rule the world, why would you blow the world up and then not have anything to rule over? I understood that they wanted to, 200 years from then, everybody gets out of the vaults and then boom, they've got this beautiful utopia, but...
Right. Well, the theory was when they got out of the vaults, no one would be on the surface and they could just build it to whatever they want.
Yeah.
But the issue is, mankind's a little resilient and a whole lot more people survive than they ever wanted.
Yeah. Exactly.
A whole lot more.
Yeah. Thank God they were wrong. I'm just trying to figure out where we're gonna go next with it. But I guess the Fallout. So I'm assuming we're guessing Fallout 5 is going to be on the California because the past two games were on the East Coast. I think 76 was in Appalachia.
76 was in no,
Virginia or something.
3 was in Appalachia. Yeah, 76 was in the Commonwealth, Virginia.
Okay. Yeah, 3 was.
3 was in DC,
East Coast. Yeah, DC.
Yeah, East Coast, DC area. 4 was
Boston.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that they're probably implying that 5 will probably be out in California because New Vegas wasn't necessarily California. It was California area, but it's not like they were going to San Francisco or LA.
Right. No, it was a lot more just the deserty area. More the Vegas kind of that area, but yeah.
Yeah. The Mojave?
Yeah.
Mojave Desert?
Yeah.
We'll see. Did you play the first two games?
So I tried to play them. I tried to play one once. It was too old for me. It's an old, that point and click style, and it's a little jank, and there's a lot of. But I did listen to playthroughs of them, almost in a podcast form, so I know the stories pretty well.
Yeah, I've been watching that stuff. I've been watching a bunch of lore videos, talking about every canon. Every cult, at least that we know of. So I'm pretty some of the, Fallout 60 men and 1 woman, 69 with 99 women and 1 man.
Right.
Which I see them. I guess they're not. I'm trying to figure out if they're actually saying I think those are canon. And then there's that one vault where they leaked a bunch of neurotoxins to make people go crazy. There's the other vault where they told everyone to a big revolt, factions and a revolt. And everybody died except for, 5 people. And then those 5 people decided they're not going to kill anybody. And it's hey guys, good job on being the best of humanity and not. Yeah. It's oh man, that's fucked. Yeah. So
I think all those vaults are canon. That's when you play all the games, you do all the side quests, you do find a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
The stories from the other vaults. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's vaults where they intentionally sabotage the water supplies, and the vaults where they come spend the entire time in the Matrix, basically.
Oh yeah, that's you find that one in 3, right?
Yeah, that was in 3. That was a fun mission in 3.
Yeah. God, what fucked up. Literally just killing people over and over again and then erasing their memories it never happened, so you just torture and murder them again.
Mm-hmm. There's
You
like
know, and
the
the
vault where
sad
they.
part is there's probably people who'd be willing to do that shit too. Oh,
I think that's.
off topic, because I was going to go look and see if I could find the original games on Steam. Rocket League got the X-Men 97. Nothing too specific, but I like the color scheme. So, but yeah, continuing on.
Yeah.
God, everything's taking so freaking long on my computer to load. I just want to find the price of a game.
Yeah, I know. I think
well.
your connection's a little slow right now because you're clipping in and out a little bit on my end, but I think it'll be fine recording.
Yeah,
but...
and that's a sad thing. I know it's not the connection; it's the computer and the ability to render that shit. I should have used the kid's computer, but whatever. Hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, we're getting there. So, but yeah, let's see timeline. Like, so in the Fallout timeline, like Fallout 76 is actually like the first game in the series because it's only like 50 years after the bombs fell.
Yeah, Reclamation Day, which it's weird
Yeah.
that they thought Reclamation Day was going, because I thought everybody was supposed to come out on a set Reclamation Day on, like, I thought that was supposed to be the all clear, right?
Yeah.
Or is that separate?
That was just Vault 76's mission.
Okay, so strictly no matter what, 50 years later, boom, doors open, that's it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was basically you learn that every vault has a different what they got going on. So
yeah,
like in the series with the vaults, the tri-vaults 31, 32, and 33, like there was never a set day. It was just when readings supposedly give them the like, oh, it's habitable, that's going to be soon. But in reality, it was, Vault 31 making all the calls. And so they were like, nope, there's still people up there. We need to kill them all before we go out. Because we want to be the rulers, not anybody else. So
I'm kind of excited to see what the actual plan is, because with that thought process, like obviously Lucy's dad and mom went up to the surface. They knew that they existed up there. So the question is what were they planning on doing in terms of getting rid of everybody else? I mean, obviously they set the nuke on Sandy Shores. But what were they going to try to create more nukes and set more off to try to kill more people, or what was the plan? I guess we'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
That's kind of what I thought. It's like, well, they knew Lucy's dad knew that there was definitely more than just this one city, but he may have just thought like once this kind of like this one gathering place is gone, everybody will just kind of devolve into chaos and everything will be eventually. There's no central power anymore. Once everybody's just like little ants. It's like, oh, we can go up and crush a few ants. But that was like the first like real government that they had to like, we need to get rid of this.
Yeah. But it seems like he only got rid of it because his wife didn't want to leave. So I wonder what the plan was. Because if those wife wasn't there and left, would he have nuked it?
I mean, that's just a question you never know. But I mean, I think he nuked it with his wife there, so I'm pretty sure he would have nuked it either way.
True.
Like guy knew his wife was there when he nuked it.
Yeah, no, we need and that's one thing that's also
here's another
super
question.
Annoying,
like,
though.
How did they nuke it? Are there just nukes in their vault?
Yeah, or there's some kind of storage bin somewhere around the U.S. They're able to just go grab it at any point in time.
Right. So it's like,
I think,
there's
that would be. I think those are some other things. I think that would be fun to explore in the Fallout universe. Would be one. What about people who just didn't go underground? They just witnessed the nukes, but they were far enough away to survive. So how did they survive and get going? What are the other countries looking like? Because we know that. The U.S., that Vault-Tec and other big companies nuke the U.S. So were there comparable plans for other businesses like over in, Russia and China and other places? Or because we haven't gotten that far yet, right?
Right. I think theoretically in the known Fallout world, like the rest of the world, we don't know because no one's been there. But I know there was a giant fan mod, I think for Fallout 4 called Fallout London, where they explored like what if Vault-Tec was also in like London. So maybe something to Google and look up, but it looked interesting. I've been meaning to like check it out because it looks like it's like a whole new campaign player mod.
Yeah, that's might be what I look up when I'm trying to go to sleep tonight. Is going to be what's the rest of the Fallout world looking like? Because again, what's going on with the other countries? Not only that, but if it's kind of like an arms race, if the U.S. is making bunkers, you would imagine other countries would probably be doing that to keep up with the U.S. and plans to start another war.
Right.
There's another one that I've got saved set up to my watcher. As what's in space, or at least what the Fallout universe's comprehension of space is. I know that Fallout 3 had the DLC with a spaceship. I don't know too much about that other than it existed.
Mothership Zeta.
That's what.
Mothership
Zeta. So
I think that was New Vegas.
Regardless.
DLC. Yeah.
So I assume those weren't aliens
in it, so.
Oh, it is aliens. Okay,
Well,
I thought it was going to be one of those.
Yeah, no. Real aliens have definitely been confirmed because there's also like in 3 that you find like alien. There's like alien crash sites. There's like an alien pistol. That is just like alien technology. So aliens do exist in the Fallout world.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. I don't know. Of course, there's more videos I'll have to watch because that's usually what happens. I get into a show and it's like, all right, let's look up the lore because it's not just a theory. There's a lot of lore to Deep Dive. Theory. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I said, just the Fallout like 1 and 2 lore because those 2 games are like direct sequels.
Yeah, because I think the first one is the Wanderer, the other one is the Chosen One, which is son or grandson of the Wanderer.
Direct descendant. Yeah, I think it's son, but
yeah. But yeah, so I've been kind of checking those out. Of course, I'm semi-familiar with that. The first one is the water chip. The second one, do they start in a vault on the second one or no? I don't think they start in a vault in the second.
No,
game.
You start up in the city because he got exiled from the vault.
Sandy Shores maybe. Or was it another city?
Sandy, it's something like that. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't Sandy Shores because they started their own colony.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, again, just excited.
That's definitely that was. Stuff. Yeah. A very noticeable enemy missing from the series was super mutants. So I'm curious to see if we see some mutants in season 2.
So, did you see the stuff where they're thinking the squire who had his foot all jacked up and then took the meds? They're thinking that's the what is it? EFV, FEV? What do they call that?
The oh shoot! It's the forced evolutionary virus. FEV.
There we go. Forced evolutionary. So they're thinking that potentially he took that. So they called him a ghoul, but he's probably not a ghoul. He's probably going to be a super mutant. But in the previous games, in order to become a super mutant, you needed to be dipped into a vat. But that can't say that. What I think this game's like 30, 40, no, probably 60 years after the first 2 games. I'll have to double check timelines. But regardless, technology can change and everything because they.
I think he's just a ghoul. Like, because when he healed, he had all the lines and stuff like a ghoul. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's just a ghoul
either way.
But.
Yeah, but they were thinking, that might have been the forced evolutionary virus, and that's how he was able to repair himself as quickly as he did. And then with that, I know we saw the skull, but we didn't see the, not super mutant, but the horned guy. That's like one of the first things you kill in Fallout 4.
Oh, the Deathclaw.
Bunker Hill.
Yeah.
Deathclaw, yeah. So we saw the Deathclaw skull, which I'm happy they didn't go all out and actually show the Deathclaw. There's a lot of stuff that they alluded to, but they didn't necessarily see. Saving the goodies for later seasons.
Yeah,
so
it's
we'll see how that goes.
If anything, it could have just been like a cool Easter egg, to the average viewer. It's like, oh, cool, it's a skull in the desert. We're like, Deathclaw.
Yeah,
someone's get their face wrecked.
Yeah, did they go over the history of Deathclaws? Do we know what they are? Were they something that evolved, or were they essentially a form of super mutant?
No, they're just, I think, just some weird natural evolution of something, you know,
Okay.
like all the other creatures in the waste.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like all the other animals.
Scorpions and rad roaches.
Well, yeah, but they're based off something, being a roach
Yeah.
or a mole or something. So, other than like a goat and a human,
trying to
figure out
think,
what
there
that
may
would
be a vault that explains them.
Okay.
So they may have been a vault experiment. I can't remember.
Well, more stuff for me to look up later. And if anybody's watching, and if you
Yeah,
have an
I mean, like,
explanation,
there's-
feel free to leave a comment in the comment section,
Yeah.
or give us a good link on where to go find out this information from. Because we all know somebody
That's the thing
probably
with Vault.
did.
There's just there's so much lore. You can't know it all. I mean, you can.
Yeah,
but
and
we don't.
That is always. I know I've explained this before, but anytime like I'm really going to enjoy a franchise if they have a deep, if either they have a deep or they have a deep, lore, a deep universe, many levels to uncover. And, it's because again, if we start getting a little bored in the U.S., we could always go to Russia. We could always go to China. We could go to Japan. We could go to the U.K.,
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
there's a million things to explore in the world.
Mm-hmm. And it'd be nice to see how like a few different countries and other things, go through their trials and tribulations and finally get to a rebuilding of the human race on Earth via. So I wonder if the spaceship is actually canon, Mothership Zeta, because from there,
I mean, it's. Everything is theoretically canon. I know, like, the creators have, like, because I think New Vegas has 3 endings, and then they were asked, like, well, which one's canon? And he was just like, all 3 of them. And so,
yeah,
the canon's probably a little loosey-goosey, but
yeah, I think technically with the show proceeding technically, you're going to have some. They said that the Minuteman ending is probably canon from 4. I'm not exactly sure what they think is going to be canon from 3, based on some of the information that they gave from the show. Like, in order for these things to work in the show, this is what would have had to have been canon.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever they want it to be is what it'll be. Is kind of what they're saying, I think. But
yeah. And I'm excited to go.
Which some fans hate. Some fans want that. Like, I want the official timeline. I want to know what is real. And they're like, sometimes they don't want to set themselves in those boundaries.
Yeah, I mean that's the nice thing is you've got the 3 open ones. So if you're going to make another game, you could do whatever ending you want. Now, I mean, if it's you can make it to where these big decisions ended up not meaning a whole lot down the road, where you could fit all 3 different canon endings in and then just have like a few. They've done that with games where like, all right, you kill these 3 people off and they're not going to show up in the next game, but these other people you didn't kill off will show up in the next game. So that's not out of the ordinary. Obviously, they can't do that with a TV show, but we've got some options coming up. But yeah, no, I think we're
as long as it's the quality they've been putting out, I don't care.
Yeah, and we'll keep getting it. But I think that's gonna wrap up. Unless you got anything else to add to the conversation here.
No, I think that's it. I'm just excited to see what they do next season. I'm excited to see Fallout 5, whatever that's going to be.
Hell, I'm just excited to finally play through Fallout 4. So I'll keep everybody updated on how that shindig goes.
Yeah, I've actually reinstalled Fallout 4 because I never went through the DLC the first time around. So I really want to go get another playthrough. I really want to go check out Nuka World. I was excited about that. Never did it.
We'll both play. We'll share notes, on the podcast. Let everybody know how our experiences went. So yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah, maybe I'll have
to any shout outs, Dagan?
No, you find me on Facebook and my normal spots I talk about, or on the Nerdy Face Discord. You always come there and talk to us.
Oh yeah, no, we keep adding new people. It's nice having people jump in. Fun people to game with. Been meeting a lot of fun new people to game with. I think that's the best part. So
yeah,
but yeah,
might have to get a 76 might have to get a 76 server going.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, might as well. Got to go pick that game up now. God damn it.
Yeah, because they definitely have the you can pay the monthly fee and get a private server now.
Oh shit! They need to do that with the Pal
Yeah.
World too, but that might be something.
Yeah, because we were talking about because I remember you guys talking about it like, oh, they don't have it, but they have it now. It's called like Fallout First or something.
Okay, we'll have to have a conversation about that one later and figure out how we might do that and see if we can't get enough people in. So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Come to Discord, join us.
Yeah, check us out. The Space Nerdy Space Phase on Discord. Make sure you come out, check our podcast every Tuesday. We make sure to release these every Tuesday. They're supposed to be midday, but we'll be doing every Tuesday evening. So hopefully you're watching on your commute to work on Wednesdays. And of course, every Wednesday and Thursdays, provided my computer's working. So hopefully, since I've got tomorrow off, which is a Tuesday and never happens, I'm going to be dedicating all my time to that single sole project of getting my shit together. So,
yeah. Oh no, I know we forgot something.
Oh no,
the most important thing of the entire show, our sponsor.
Oh shit.
Dubby.
Well, everybody, come check out Dubby. They actually have a thing going on right now. It's use promo code SURGE for 20% off. Make sure you check out the link in the description. They have their
it's usually 10, so it's 20 if you hurry.
Yeah, exactly. Which I need to get on that shit too, because I'm almost out of my hydration one. Because they've got the energy and they've got the hydration. I don't really do the energy one just because I drink my coffee in the morning. That's really all I need. But the hydration though is delicious, and I don't know. I usually don't drink enough water in the first place, so it's nice having something that tastes good and is hydrating. So yeah,
the extra boost.
So we might have to clip this one in earlier in the podcast. We'll see. But yeah. But again, everybody, thank you again for joining today's podcast. And live long and prosper.
All right, everybody. Bye.
Bye.